Alright guys, given the comments from previous videos, I've read them, I've listened, I've really listened, so I think I know what you guys, for the most part, want to see, so that's what I'm going to provide in this video. I am not going to go over all these groceries, but I'll put a screenshot up on the screen, and then also in the description, you'll see the full list of all of them. Keep in mind, obviously this is all of my week's groceries, so I don't have to prep, every single thing that I eat throughout the day. It's just the meals. Like, I have bread, for instance. I'm not gonna toast bread and then put it in a container. So hopefully you follow with that. Like, I have other meals, but this is all the groceries, which again will be in the description, as well as the macros. And as I do the video, I will add some voiceover so that I can kind of explain more what's going on, but I'll still have some music so that the video can flow. Because otherwise, if it's just me talking, it's just too slow. We need it to flow. That's how it flows. If you guys really like this style of video, then I'm gonna need you guys to hit the thumbs up button to let me know that you like it, and also, share it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, whatever. Tell who you can. If you like this style, we can then keep it going. But I need to know that you guys like it. So let me know. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by rinsing the potatoes and using a potato scrubber to wipe off any dirt or grime that's on them. And then with a fork or a sharp knife, doesn't matter, I'm going to pierce several holes into the potatoes. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to place the potatoes on a cookie sheet, and I'm going to add extra virgin olive oil and then some sea salt. Then I'm going to kind of mix it around a little bit so that the potato gets covered evenly in the sea salt and olive oil. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 400, and once the oven is preheated, I'm gonna throw them in and bake them for about 55 to 60 minutes. Then moving on to the white onion, I'm gonna peel off, there's an outer layer as I rinse it off, and then cut off the ends and chop it in half, kind of just dice it into smaller pieces. And then once you get it diced up, you're gonna wanna dice it even more into some finely, I guess you could call it, finely chopped pieces of onion, just as small as you can. And then I'm gonna rinse the mushrooms. I know you're supposed to use a damp paper towel, but I'm not gonna go that route. So I just rinsed them. And then on the stove, at a medium-high heat, I'm gonna add some extra virgin olive oil, add some onion, and then add some minced garlic, and then add the mushrooms. Stir that around a little bit just to get a crisp on it. Really just trying to get them, sauteed or cooked down a little bit, just like that. And then I'm gonna add the ground turkey, the 2 packages of ground turkey, and the 1 package of lean ground beef. Then I'm gonna add some sea salt, some black pepper, and then mix that around to ensure that it's gonna cook evenly. Then I'll throw the lid on it, let it cook for a little bit, and then now that there's no more pink in there, it'll take about 10 to 12 minutes. I will go over to my tin pans, and I'm just gonna use a slotted spoon, and I'm gonna get out all of the ground beef, the mushroom, and the onions. I would strain it, but I don't wanna lose, any of the onions or the mushrooms because they have cooked down, so they could potentially slip through the strainer. But then I'm gonna add my marinara sauce or my pasta sauce, and I'm also gonna add about a quarter of, that's probably less than a quarter, but a little bit of water to the mix, because it was a little too thick, so I wanted to just, help loosen it up. And then I'm gonna mix those around evenly. And once those are done, I'm gonna go to the stove. I have a large cooking pot. I'm gonna turn it to a high heat. I'm gonna add some sea salt once it starts to boil a little bit. And then once it comes to, a rapid boil, I'm gonna add the angel hair pasta and stir immediately so that they don't stick together or anything. And then that'll cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. And once it's done, I'm gonna head to the sink, strain out all the water, and then I'm gonna add half of the pasta to one of my tin pans and add the other half to the other. So you might wonder, how am I gonna calculate these macros? And I'm just gonna take each container, each serving, and kind of divide it, and that's how I'm gonna get to the serving size. So maybe not perfect, but it'll work. And then I'm going to want to take the sauce and the spaghetti and mix it all around so that everything gets coated evenly. All the noodles get coated with the sauce and meat. Then you want to add some mozzarella cheese. So I'm just, again, taking a handful, so it might not be perfect the way it comes out when I do the macros, but it's gonna be close. So just keep that in mind. And then there they are. And then I'm gonna put them in the oven and bake them for about 20 minutes. Now again, I cook for myself and Alex, so that's why you saw an extra 2. And then I have the chicken here, and I have a Cajun style as well as a hot buffalo style, and I'm gonna bake them this week, so I'm just gonna put them in the tin pans with a little bit of space in between, and then put them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. They were some thick ones, so then I'm gonna take this cooking pan and I'm gonna place tinfoil on the bottom of it. I'm going to rinse off some of the broccoli. I bought pre-cut broccoli this week just to make things easier. And then moving on to the peppers, I'm just gonna rinse them off. Cut the tops, remove the core from each one. I know it's hard to see, that was a bad angle, but I am removing the core. And then you're gonna wanna rinse them out of the seeds. And once you've rinsed them all so that there are no more seeds, I'm just gonna start to cut them up into smaller pieces. However you wanna cut them is fine. Again, I just kinda choose to cut them up this way. I guess it's just my preferred method. And then I am gonna use the tops. I know I got comments about that in several other videos, so I am using the tops. You definitely can use them. I use them all the time now. You definitely don't want them to go to waste. So thank you guys for the comments on that one. And then I'm gonna add some extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, and pepper. You guys can add any kind of seasonings that you want to these things. These are just my preferred seasonings, really. I mean, I just like pretty basic, simple seasonings. I think it tastes good. I think the food tastes good that way. So, but once I add all the seasonings, I'm then just gonna mix it around, getting everything coated, then throw them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, somewhere in there. Then I move on to the rice. I'm gonna do a cup to a cup and a half of rice, so that is then gonna be about 3 cups of water. And then I'm just gonna turn on the rice cooker and set it to white rice and go. So for this prep, I'm gonna be using my new meal prep containers that my friends at Meal Prepster sent over. So I have some 3-compartment meal prep containers, and this is a 10-pack of 32-ounce ones, and I think there's actually some sporks in there, so you know, like to take on the go. Then I have a 2-compartment meal prep container from Meal Prepster again, 28 ounces, and this is a 7-pack. And then I have like a single one, no divider, again 28 ounces can fit in here. And all these containers, BPA free, microwave safe, dishwasher safe. Put them in the freezer, leak resistant, you know, stackable. Obviously I have discount links for all of these below. I'm not going to go into it much more in depth in this video, but I'll talk about the other containers that I used to use in a different video very soon. But these are my new containers that I'm using, again, for Meal Prepster. I got 3 different ones, which is awesome. I'm stoked to use them. And then it's time to package stuff up. I'm gonna weigh out about 12 ounces of the spaghetti bake. Now keep in mind, guys, I also cook for my roommate Alex, so you're gonna see a lot more food here than what I'm gonna eat alone. This is not just my food. I have, you know, about 10 to 15 meals for myself, because I made an extra 5 for me because I was a little more hungry. And then I have his meals, so it's about 25 meals, but he eats 10 of them and I eat the others. So I hope that helps. Again, also, you know, when you guys are buying food, you wouldn't need to buy everything I buy. You need to buy about half of it. So, but then I'm gonna add about a cup to a cup and a half of the vegetable mix to all the containers. And let me know what you guys think about this too. Do you want me on the screen or do you want me behind the scenes? I don't know, you tell me. There we go. Then I'll move on to the baked potatoes. I'm just gonna add 1 baked potato to each of the meals. It's about 8 to 10 ounces, so. And that's my meal, and then he's going to have a rice meal. So I'm scooping out about a cup to 2/3 cup of the rice for him. And then I'm gonna weigh out about 8 ounces of chicken for both meals. One of the reasons I was a little hesitant to doing, you know, this type of voiceover and stuff on these videos is because it can get confusing, because I'm not just cooking for myself, And if you watch this video and you're like, oh, I need to get all this, you're gonna make way too much. And then I'm gonna add vegetables to my meal. I'm gonna put the vegetables down first and then put the chicken on top of it. I just didn't wanna put, you know, the vegetable or the chicken down and the vegetables over top of it. I didn't wanna go that route. But now I'm adding the chicken on top of my veggies. And again, it's about another 8 ounces of chicken. And then here in a few seconds, I'll show you all the meals, and the macros will also be in the description as well as the groceries, but I will not be on the screen because I don't want you guys focusing on me. But let me know how you guys like this video. I hope you enjoyed it.